Hello everyone, welcome to the Galaxy Guide series, part 1, 5 blocks, basic hand building. I'm ChunmanTV and I'm analyzing the most popular English Mahjong guides. A quick disclaimer, I took inspiration and I did not directly copy hands or examples from the guides mentioned. The tasks come from tenhouse/2, links are down below, and the captions are on. If you have any suggestions, you can mail me to ChunmanTV@gmail.com or join my Discord, link in the description. The concept in short, 5 blocks Riichi Book 1. A standard hand has 5 blocks or 4 groups and a pair, and dividing the hand into 5 blocks will naturally lead you towards a complete hand. And of course, you need a Yaku. The series overview. This video is part of a 20 video Galaxy Guide series split into 5 categories and has both theory and practice videos. This is part 1 on the top left, 5 blocks basic hand building. Contents. We will start with part 1 hand building. Riichi Book 1, it's come from chapter 4, and then the other 2 chapters or 3 chapters are discussed in section 2 and 3. Yaku and value consideration for the practice video. Edge weights cut is not discussed in Riichi Book 1 extensively, but I think it's really important, so I included it in this video. A quick recap exercises, and then what to look for when you want to watch the practice video. Daina, Chiba, Riichi Book 1, Chapter 4. It basically says 2 main things. Balance the blocks and have at most 3 tiles for each block. And then it goes into what to discard in 4.1, reading the hand shapes, multiple interpretations in section 2, selecting blocks and building blocks in the last 2 sections. And here we are going to start with reading blocks. Let's start off with a simple configuration of what we have and want to work towards. So what do we have when we need 1 block and a pair, or 2 blocks with this simple shape 4, 5, 6, 7. You can pause the video. I will wait a few seconds and then I will just go to the next slide. So you have to pause if you want some more time, but this one is still easy. The blocks are, if you want to have 1 block, you either got a 4 or the 7 dots for a 3 tile shape for 5, 6 or 5, 6, 7. If you want 1 block and a pair, you are waiting on the 7 of dot or the 4 of dot. When you interpret the shape 4, 5, 6 plus a 7 dot pair weight, or a 5, 6, 7 with a 4 dot pair weight, or you can interpret it as 2 blocks and then you have 2 open weights, a 4, 5 waiting on 3, 6 and a 6, 7 waiting on 5, 8. Reading blocks, part 2, basically we added 1 more tile here. What do we have when we need only 1 block? 1 block and a pair, or if we need 2 blocks. I will go to the next slide. Feel free to pause at any time, of course. What do we have when we need 1 block? We can cut 4 or 7 and a 9 for 1 block. And for 1 block and a pair, we accept the 4, the 7 and the 9 for 1 block and a pair. 1 sequence and a pair to be exact. And for 2 blocks, we have a complete 4, 5, 6 with a 7, 9 of bamboo close weight. And we are moving on to more advanced shape right here. We added a little bit more tiles than the previous shape. What do we have when we need 2 blocks and a pair? Only 2 blocks. And what do we have when we need 3 blocks? And we'll move on to the next slide. If we need 2 blocks and a pair, we actually have that already with a 2 of dot pair. 4, 5, 6 completed, and then 6, 7 waiting for 5, 8 of dot. For 2 blocks we can cut the 2 dot for 2 different weights. It's a 2, 4, 6 dot shape waiting for 3, 5 of dot, and a 6, 7 dot shape waiting for the 5 and the 8, completing 2 blocks by cutting the 2 of dot. And for 3 blocks it's similar to the first example here, but we need to get a triplet out of the 2 dot pair. So we need a 5 and an 8 and an extra 2 of dot. Moving towards the last one for this section. What do we have when we need 1 block and 1 pair? 2 blocks or even 3 blocks. It's a 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 9 shape. For 1 block and the pair, cut either the 5 or the 9, or both basically in the end. For 2 blocks we can cut either the 4 or the 9, depending on these other shapes, but both are reasonable cuts. And for 3 blocks we have 3 blocks. We have a completed 4, 5, 6, a 4, 5 open weight, and a 7, 9 closed shape here. Selecting tile blocks, chapter 4.3. Selecting tile blocks relies on efficiency, hand value, and safety. There is often a trade-off between efficiency and hand value. When there are 2 useless tiles, cut a more dangerous tile first. Here is a screenshot where we have all blocks established, and we have a lone 8 of dot and a green dragon. The right cut is the 8 of dot, because the green is safer. When we divide the hand into 5 blocks, which of the following discards is the most efficient, and which one can increase hand value, and which is the best for safety? We have 3 useless tiles. We have the 8 of dot, the 5 of bamboo, and the east, which are useless. For value we might have a mixed triple sequence 5, 6, 7, but if we want to stay safe we should cut the 5 of bamboo. But the 8 of dot here is preferred by the Maka AI, the built-in AI from Mahjong. But I'm defending here against the double south here on the left, so I got a 5 instead, the defensive option. Noting if we keep the east, or we discard the east, we still have the 5, 6, 7 mixable sequence, but it's the least preferred card because we neither have safety or we have the 5, 6, 7 mixable sequence with the 8 dot as well. So it's the choice is either between the 5 of bamboo or the 8 of dot here. In the following hand we can cut the white dragon or the 3 of characters. Both are equal in efficiency, but by keeping the 3 of characters we can accept 2 Dora, but with the white dragon we can have the white dragon Yaku, which is also a way to gain value. The white dragon, keeping the white dragon is safer, so discarding the 3-man is got here from the AI, but I like the double Dora acceptance here by keeping the 3-man, or the 3 of character that is. Building blocks, chapter 4.4. Riichi Bookman says when we are short on blocks, we need to keep floating tiles to get an extra block. Looking at this hand, we have 2 blocks in the character suit, 2 or 3 blocks in the dots, and perhaps 1 block here in the bamboo. We should discard the honors first. Look at the following hands. How many blocks do you count? With optimism, this is 5 blocks, but ideally we want to upgrade one more time with the 3 of thought or the 5 of bamboo. Got the 1 of characters or the red dragon. For the practice video, we are mostly going to focus on the Yaku. It's going to be all simples, painful, and the value ono, also known as Yakuhai. Yakuhai are basically the dragons, the seed wind, and the round wind, and sometimes the seed and the round wind are the same, giving you 2 Han. To get all simples or painful, we are going to cut the edge weight a lot. This is a wheel shape in Riichi Mahjong, and edge weight is a 1-2 waiting on a 3 or an 8-9 shape waiting on the 7. It is a wheel shape because it doesn't allow us to get an open weight for our painful, and we are holding a terminal tile which can't get all simples. Besides that, it doesn't upgrade, and we often want a safe tile and flexibility instead. Look at the following hand, divided in 5 blocks. What to look at? I will wait a few seconds here so you can pause the video. This is one of the more interesting hands for sure. A standard 5 blocks can divide the blocks into these shapes. It's 1 block character, 1 block dots, 1 block bamboo, and 2 block honors. But if you have to look deeper, than this. I will give you some time, but I suggest pausing the video to look for a different configuration of the blocks. An intermediate player will see the Torah acceptance with the 3 of bamboo, making the edge weight not that useful. We are basically replacing the 8-9 of bamboo with the 3 bamboo block for the Torah acceptance. But if you really want to get stronger, do you see one alternative configuration? We can cut the blocks like here. This is the value option. Do you see 5 blocks to get a half flush here? And by keeping Torah acceptance. Although the hand still lacks a character block, by drawing an 8 of character or an east, we have a solid open hand. Maka cuts the 8 bamboo, the edge weight cut. This is not a typical AI move, this is also a human move to cut the 9 bamboo followed by the 8 of bamboo. The next hand is already put into 5 blocks. Where are the blocks? Where is the Torah and where is the value? AI discards the 1 of bamboo, keeping the double pawn of the 2 and the 6 characters alive, and then we would be waiting on the dots on the 2, 4, 5 dot wait. But in game I didn't see it, and I didn't think the 4 of dot had that much value, but I got the side weight for all simples. A quick recap. A block has at most 3 tiles. Divide the hand into 5 blocks and find the redundant tile. Balance the blocks. When selecting the blocks, focus on 1 tile efficiency, 2 hand value, and 3 safety. When you are short on blocks, keep flooding tiles. And then the edge weight is the worst block. Exercises. This is the first exercise. What to do cut here? We are currently last, and the 4 of character is not needed. But surprisingly, the AI does cut the 7 of dot. Why? You might think, by keeping the 4 of character floater, we can build 1 extra block in the character suit, and we might be able to replace the pair for Pinfu. The next hand has 3 Torahs, and do you see the cut here? It can move towards all simples by cutting the 8-9 of characters. This is also what Maka recommends, although I didn't show you here, but Maka cuts the 9 of character. The next exercise is a cutting shape reading. We need 2 blocks in dots, and we are last, so we want to keep our hand closed. What do you got from this hand? We got the 8 of dot here, accepting the 4, 6 and the 9 of dot for painful and keeping the hand closed. If we want to open, the 3 of dot or even the 7 of dot could be considered. We currently don't have a pair here. What do you got? We have 3 blocks characters, 2 blocks dots, and 1 block bamboo. We should cut the weakest block here. That is right, it's the edge weight here. It doesn't provide us with any value, no all symbols, no painful, no pure straight. The last exercise is about balancing the blocks. What do you see here? I see 2 blocks in characters with the Dora, and 2 blocks dots, and 2 blocks in bamboo, so we have 6 blocks here. So we have to either cut the weakest blocks or we can balance the blocks out. Maka chooses the 3 of bamboo, creating an open weight in the bamboo and holding off on the dot shape and the 7-9 of character shape, which still could be cut for all symbols by playing 2 blocks in the dots instead. As conclusion, what should you look for in the practice video? I will mention something like we have X blocks in one suit. We can have X blocks in one suit, meaning that we are still floating in that suit and that we can still create one more block in that suit. It's similar with the next one. We need one more block or we are floating with X, meaning that we are short on blocks. And the opposite one is we have too many blocks. And what I won't really mention, but you can look out for, is the edge weight cut. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you can give me feedback. Any feedback is really appreciated. This was the first part of the 20-part series, so I hope that I can improve in the future episodes as well. Thank you for listening, and I hope that I will see you in the practice video.